Today I'm going to talk about the carnivore diet and whether it can fix digestion, so stay tuned. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Amanda Malacheski. I'm a certified functional nutrition health coach and a digestive and allergy detective. For tips and tricks on how to figure out what to eat without triggering your symptoms and how to resolve your digestive symptoms for good, please consider subscribing and be sure and click the bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. So a lot of people with chronic digestive challenges are turning to the latest fad diet, the carnivore diet. And while it may be helpful, I've also seen quite a few clients lately who have had a lot of trouble with it. So I want to make sure to talk about this so that you can make the best decision for you moving forward. So by the end of today's video, you'll be clear on the how and why the carnivore diet can work. And you'll also understand the potential negative effects of the carnivore diet so you can make a good choice. So what is the carnivore diet? It's basically what it sounds like. It's a diet that consists only of animal products, so things like meat, organ meats, poultry, fish, eggs, bone marrow, and bone broth. And then some people also include dairy products like milk or cheese or butter, and salt and pepper and some oils. And that's basically about it. Usually people choose this diet as a last resort after they've struggled with digestive challenges for many years. And many of them report that it's the thing that finally turned the tide for them. So let's dive into this a little bit. There are a variety of reasons why people have chronic digestive challenges, and it very often comes down to having some sort of imbalance in their microbiome in their gut. So this is things like infections with bacteria or yeasts or parasites. And these organisms are affecting the inflammatory status of their gut. Most microorganisms feed on starches and sugars and fibers. And so by removing these foods from your diet, by taking all plant foods out of the diet, you're taking away their food source, and therefore they die off or are left to go dormant and can't make symptoms for you anymore. The carnivore diet is also very similar to the ketogenic diet. So it basically trains your body to run on ketones instead of glucose. And this can lead to some other desired outcomes like weight loss, improved insulin and glucose sensitivity, and even mental clarity improvements. But here's the rub. Though I've talked to a number of people who have had improvement from using the carnivore diet, I've also talked to a growing number of people in the last couple of months alone who have either started using the diet and seen improvements, but then started noticing a backslide to their previous symptoms, or people who have used the diet successfully, but now they're ready to start reintroducing foods, but they've lost their oral tolerance or digestive tolerance to basically all other foods besides just the foods on the carnivore diet. And though it hasn't really been studied yet, I suspect that we'll find that the reason for this loss of tolerance is the drastic change to the microbiome that's happening in the gut by the loss of all those bacteria that normally feed on plant-sourced foods. And in this way, eating a carnivore diet is a little bit like clear-cutting a forest or drastically tilling a farm field. The sudden loss of biodiversity can lead to a lot of downstream effects. So in addition to this loss of tolerance to many other foods, there's also a pretty significant risk of nutrient deficiency from consuming only animal products. Some of the most important deficiencies that can happen with this are vitamin C, vitamin E, calcium, and vitamin K2, which all come from plant-sourced foods. And if you also aren't including dairy products, it can also lead to a deficiency in vitamin A, manganese, magnesium, and folate. And then the lack of plant phytochemicals can also be a significant factor in your health because plant phytochemicals include enzymes that are important for many biological processes in your body, as well as antioxidant compounds, which help protect your cells against stress and other oxidative damage. And they also include many anti-inflammatory agents. So the loss of this diversity of nutrients can be detrimental in a lot of different ways. And here's some other potential side effects to think about. Because carbs help support your adrenal and thyroid health, eating literally zero carbs can affect your hormones and also your fertility. If you're someone who's trying to get pregnant, you may want to consider whether or not to use the carnivore diet quite carefully. Also, similar to eating a ketogenic diet, eating large amounts of protein can lead to something called gluconeogenesis in the liver, which is where the liver converts protein into glucose. But this metabolic process can produce nitrogenous waste, which can overburden your liver and kidneys and lead to nausea, vomiting, and weight loss, and even in extreme cases, death. Finally, because fiber helps keep your bowels moving regularly, and because a daily stool elimination is a really important detox function that your body needs to perform to maintain health, eating absolutely no fiber in your diet could lead to chronic constipation, which could lead to a backup of toxins in your body. So does the carnivore diet help fix digestion? Although it seems preliminarily like it can actually improve a lot of symptoms for people, and that may be worth it for you. As a nutrition professional, I'm not sure that I would recommend it as a first line of defense or a long-term solution. It might be worth considering a short-term trial if you're willing to accept the possible risks that go along with it and find ways to mitigate those. If you're thinking about doing the carnivore diet, I highly recommend that you explore all the other alternatives and weigh the benefits and consequences before choosing. I think it's really important to note that we always need to be asking the question, why is the problem happening in the first place? What haven't we addressed yet that needs to be addressed? And is there a more beneficial or supportive way to help the body heal? Diet alone is usually not the only consideration. And I think we need to choose solutions that are truly addressing the mechanism of disease for you, rather than some out-of-the-box kind of cookie-cutter solution that seems like it works for everybody, but really may not work for you. Have you tried the carnivore diet? I'm curious to hear if it helped you or hurt you, so please tell me about it in the comments below. So I hope that this video has helped you answer the question of whether or not the carnivore diet is a useful approach for helping repair your digestion, and it's going to help you make a better choice. If you've tried the carnivore diet or any other special fad diet for that matter, I want to invite you to step off of what I call the special diet treadmill and to find your way towards a real strategy that helps you move forward in a meaningful way. I've put together a roadmap to gut recovery where I share what I've seen work to help people get freedom from their digestive symptoms. It's an action guide that gives you a holistic strategy for repairing your digestion and healing from the inside out. So if this sounds like you can download your free copy by visiting confluencenutrition.com/roadmap, and I'll be sure to leave a link for that below this video for you. Or if you're ready for some help customizing what you're already doing, I'm an expert at helping people create a customized and doable plan. So if you'd like to meet with me to discuss what it would look like to work together, you can schedule a free 30-minute assessment session with me. You can do that by visiting confluencenutrition.com/contact, and I will also leave a link for that below this video. So be sure to make a careful decision about using the carnivore diet or any other special diet for that matter, and get busy repairing your gut. Please consider liking and sharing this video if it helped you, and I look forward to your comments and questions. Take care.